Welcome back to our special coverage here of the Gilgo Beach murder cases and the guilty plea today from Rex Heuermann. To break this case down even further, we're joined by two experts, Rodney Harrison, he's the former police commissioner for Suffolk County, and also for some legal analysis, we're joined by trial attorney Richard Schoenstein. Thank you both, gentlemen, for joining us here this afternoon. Rodney, let's start with you. From a law enforcement perspective, was justice reached today?
Absolutely, and it's a very rewarding moment for the rank and file in Suffolk County Police Department, the investigators that really were able to bring this case home. But it's also a point of being an advocate for the victims, and that's one of the pride that we do when we go into law enforcement, making sure that we are a voice for victims and holding people accountable and making sure we're helping people through very difficult times. So this is a big day, not just for the families, but for the rank and file in Suffolk County.
You know, speaking of the victims, we were just discussing this, that Heuermann's attorney said, Rich, that he was doing it for the families. That seems like quite the reach for a guy who just did what he did. Why would he have taken a plea deal after everyone just expected he was going to take this to trial?
We will never know for sure why he did it, any more than we'll ever know for sure why he committed these crimes in the first place, which is impossible to understand. It could have been because the case was insurmountable. The way the case played out, some of the developments in the legal proceedings, I don't think he had any shot at an acquittal at all. It could have been to protect his own family more than to protect the families of the victims, because maybe he didn't want all of the details coming out in open court in front of his daughter, in front of his ex-wife.
But they were there today.
They were.
And they watched as he pleaded guilty to these charges. Rodney, let's look at the future. What happens next? I mean, we heard from Carolyn and also from Jennifer there from their reporting that he has agreed to work with law enforcement on other serial killer cases.
Yeah, and I want to thank Jennifer for the shout out, but the truth of the matter is the investigation is not done, and you just got to take a look at the time frame from between 1993 to 2010. 8 bodies that are connected to him. Are those the only bodies that are out there? Are there other bodies in Long Island, or maybe even in the state of New York, that may be connected to him? So he's a calculating killer. The way he was able to dismember bodies and put them in different locations, be it Fire Island, be it Ocean Parkway, be it out in the North Sea. This is something where the task force needs to continue and maybe even expand to take a closer look at any sex worker that's missing and see if that person may be connected to Rex Heuermann or some other killer that may be out there.
There are those who say in this day and age, with DNA, cell phone towers pinging, that the serial killers may be soon out of business. Witness Rex Heuermann, how was he caught? Maybe a pizza box involved. Rich, from a legal perspective, do you see investigations being a lot, I'm not going to say easier, but a lot quicker for these types of cases?
You would hope so. I mean, there's so much more technology to throw at a case like this than there was certainly in 1993 when the first of these crimes were committed, or even in 2010. You think about this case, though, it involved dogs finding body remains. It involved finding evidence on thrown-out pizza crust. I mean, some of this was technology, but a lot of it is good old-fashioned footwork by dedicated people doing their job, tracking down clues. And so hopefully the technology makes that easier, but you still need the people committed to finding the evidence.
You know, when it comes down to making that final decision, and you might be more equipped to answer this, how much influence does an attorney have with their client? I'm thinking of all of the evidence that was laid out, compelling evidence. Was there a moment, do you believe, possibly, that his attorney said, listen, this is it?
To me, the two most significant developments in the case were the decision by the judge to allow all 7 murders to be tried at the same time instead of 7 separate trials. That made it a much more compelling case. And the decision that the new DNA evidence would be allowed into the trial after a hearing on that last year, that made the case at trial really insurmountable. And as an attorney, I tell my client, when you have no chance of winning. And then at the end of the day, it's the client's decision. But the job of the attorney is to give them the facts and give them the options.
Rodney Harrison, Richard Schoenstein, thank you both
Thanks
for
so
joining
much.
us.